and they're saying he may only play, let's just say if he plays 12 of these games, that will probably be sufficient enough to hopefully get his legs up under him and get him back to playing the basketball he needs to play. And that's to be dominant. That's to be selfish. That's to be aggressive. Not put so much pressure on LeBron to score the basketball. AD has to be the unstoppable player that we know he can be. And that's going to be a lot of work to get back there coming off an injury and after sitting out for a long time. And then I want to add the team piece to it. They need him to come back because after these 4 games, the Lakers could be probably in the 8th spot. Playing the Utah twice, the Mavs twice, they could possibly be in the 8th spot. So now seeding is starting to become a problem, which we said was going to happen once LeBron went out.
Yeah, but the thing is this. We said that they needed to go at a minimum 5-11 in the 16 games before we thought AD would be back and maybe LeBron would be back. And they've gone 6-8. So they're probably going to lose both to Utah and be fine because Portland hasn't been able to get it together. Dallas hasn't been able to quite get it together. So I think they've actually survived in this stretch without both of these guys. And we've really never seen AD play for the Lakers without LeBron. He's only played 3 games ever for the Lakers without LeBron. All 3 of them were blowouts. 2 the Lakers lost, 1 the Lakers won. So there's not too much to take from it. But I do think the demise of Anthony Davis has been at least slightly exaggerated. He was having a down year statistically, but it's still averaging the same amount of points as Paul George and has the same PER as James Harden. So it's not, and doing it, by the way, with all-world defense on the other end. So it's not like he was bad. He just didn't take the leap to MVP candidate that we thought, or MVP favorite that a lot of us thought he might. But if we're being honest, Brandon, there aren't 5 guys in the whole league that I'd rather have in the postseason than AD. I'd obviously rather have LeBron. I'd obviously rather have KD. I will give Embiid the credit because of what he's doing this year, and I'll give Steph the credit. But as good as Giannis is, I'd rather have AD in the playoffs. I'd rather have AD than Jokic in the playoffs. I'd rather have AD than Harden in the playoffs. I'd rather have AD, it's very close, but then Kawhi in the playoffs. So the key was getting him back healthy. They gave him far more time than I think anyone expected. And I think he's going to be back healthy. And I think the Lakers have been able to survive these few weeks without both those guys to where the seeding's not going to kill them.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Nick. That's the only thing you need to see when you see a guy, sitting in a locker room, in a treatment room for this long. You want to see this guy healthy. That's the only thing that we want to see. And for selfish reasons, I want to see him healthy. Now, I have the Nets coming out the East. I have the Clippers coming out the West. But at the end of the day, when you talk about big picture, I would actually love to see the Lakers and the Nets. Why? Because this whole conversation around LeBron James and Michael Jordan, I'm not trying to make this into who's the best, who's the GOAT conversation, but this is why I was excited about AD in the bubble, because he emerged as a guy who could potentially be the face of the NBA, the face of the Lakers, where LeBron James can now chill. And then you enter into this season after, 71 days off. He's fresh legs. He's still young. And then he produces the way he does. So I would love to see LeBron James go after championship 5 and 6 and have this big conversation for years to come around Michael Jordan and LeBron James. Now, the Clippers, to me, are the better team because of what AD is doing and what he's been doing all year. He's been sitting on the bench, and when he was playing, he wasn't playing well. But selfishly, I want to see the Lakers really compete this year, and it's about big picture, Kevin. It's not about, them coming in, the playoffs is the number 3 seed, number 4 seed. They just need to get in. That's all they need.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you, Brandon. Here's what I want to see from AD. Nothing. Nothing at all. I wanted to put on Pharrell and Nori. What do I want to do? Nothing. What you going to do? Nothing. I want you to run up and down the court for 15 minutes and survive the game and go sit down to get your legs out under you. Now, Nick, here's the predicament. I do think that the playoff, the 8, 7, 8, 9 playoff is dangerous for them. If they lose these 2 to the Jazz, if your large adult Slovenian son can get 2 wins, I think the Lakers start to get a little bit nervous. And it feels like you are wildly confident and not scared of the play-in game. I would be scared of it. I'd be scared with AD not 100%. I'd be scared without LeBron 100%. That a team can get hot like the Suns if they made the play-in, and all of a sudden you have a team that has no business getting into the playoffs, knocking the Lakers out.
Wilds, you mean the Grizzlies, not the Suns, because the Suns are obviously they're fine. They're the 2 seed. But I know what you're talking about.
No, I'm talking about the bubble last year. I'm talking when they got hot.
Okay, all right, I got you. I understand. You mean like okay, my bad. I thought you meant for this year a team that could get hot right now. All right, you are correct that I am not at all nervous about the play-in. The idea that a LeBron James team is going to lose back-to-back elimination games against a 9, 10, 11 seed is incomprehensible. It will, first of all, the Lakers aren't going to be in the play-in, but if they are, the idea that they would lose the 7-8 game and then lose the next game is a literal, and I'm using this word properly, impossibility. It is a 0% chance. Now, Antoine, you mentioned seeding. What? No, it is. Look up the definitions of the words I use. They're all correct. You mentioned the seeding. Here's where I think seeding does matter. I think it's pretty clear the Clippers are going to be the 3 seed. And the path to the finals, if you're the 6 seed, would be Clippers in round 1, Phoenix in round 2, right? If you are the 5 seed, it is the Nuggets with no Jamal Murray in round 1, and then Utah in round 2. I think the Lakers go to the finals either way, but it is obviously so much easier as the 5 than the 6 if the 1, 2, 3 holds. So in that regard, I do think seeding will matter at least somewhat to the Lakers championship odds this year, when for other LeBron teams out east, seeding has been totally irrelevant.
I agree with you to a certain degree, Nick, about the seeding, because LeBron has shown that he can go on the road and he can beat anybody. So I'm not worried about that. My problem with the Lakers is that they're not playing good basketball, and I mean the others. Last year you had Dwight Howard, you had Rondo. Those guys were huge in making the Lakers making their run to the championship. If you look at that roster now, it's not really. Wesley Matthews hasn't been good. KCP3 hasn't been really good this season. They don't. To me, they don't have enough guys playing really good basketball to make this run that you think they can make to the finals. I just don't see it happening overnight. The fastest AD and LeBron can get back, the better chances the Lakers have of really making a legitimate run in the playoffs. But if they continue to sit out and don't get enough games in, there's going to be trouble for them come playoff time.
They do need to gel and get together. Antoine and I just see this differently in that I think the role guys over this last month have done their job. The fact that they are 6-8, that they're damn near 500 this last month without LeBron and Anthony Davis, that they've kept them afloat, I think is them doing their job. And now you get your 2 superstars back, or you get one of the superstars back. LeBron will be back first week of May. And then I think you hit the ground running, Jenna.
What was that, breaking news?
All right, we're going to set that aside.
Well, I said it